it really stood out how passionate my whole family was, my kids and my wife, when we had these eggs that we were trying to hatch. And for 21 days, you have to turn them every 8 hours. You have to make sure the temperature and the humidity is right, or all kinds of problems can happen.
There she goes. She did it, she did it, she did it. Yay! That's the first of the chicks.
So for my road reel entry, I went ahead and started off with an Insignia tripod I got from Best Buy for about 40 bucks. It's a pretty good tripod, very solid one. And I got it on sale. It started out about $80, which, you know, $40 is pretty good for one that is pretty compact. It's only about a foot tall when it's all the way collapsed. It's one that gets you a lot of good angles because you can actually flip it upside down with the way the legs are set up and get some real low angles. Nice and solid. It converts to a monopod. Mounted on top of that, I have a Beast Grip, and this Beast Grip is what allows me to mount a phone onto the back. And that's real helpful because the front of it has some 37mm threads, which with either adapters or 37mm threaded lenses, I can put all kinds of things on there, depth of field, just pretty much anything. And right now I have a 2x telephoto lens, which just allowed me to get closer to the chickens I was trying to film. Now, the actual app I used was Cinema FV5, and that was really helpful because it allows me to record in 24p and just adjust a lot of things, ISO and everything else. And that app's different depending on what phone you have. Mine's both Android phones, and I have identical phones. They're both Motorola Moto X, the second generation ones, the 2014. One had the camera app on it, and the other one actually had a field recorder on it. The field recorder I used is really the only one I could find that had good monitoring capabilities on there. It allows me to check decibel levels, and it shoots out some pretty high quality, and that's real helpful because the standard apps on the phone they weren't cutting it. And you can monitor with headphones, and there aren't a lot of apps I found that you could do that without a lot of problems. So connected to that, I actually got the video micme, and the only problem with this is I think it's only for Apple iPhones, because I tried to plug this in, it didn't work out without having two adapter cables. I also use the microphone for doing voiceovers for the main video. I used an on-the-go adapter, downloaded all the information to flash drives, and these flash drives, all the information from there I edited in PowerDirector 15. This is what I used for my road reel entry.